Hey, Railbirds. Here we are at the third annual Battle of the Bull. This is round one of the loser side. We have Lukas Fracasso-Verner versus Teddy Garrahan. We are joining this match barely in progress. We missed the opening leg and the opening break, and this is where we are at now. I am being joined by our very special guest commentator, T-Rex, Tony Chohan. Tony, take it away.
Thanks. Really appreciate you guys watching. We're here at the Battle of the Bull. Lukas just broke, and Teddy's trying to look for a good way to get out of the break. Now, it looks like Teddy's going to look to maybe try to bank the one to his side of the table and let the cue ball kind of go up table, I would think. So instead, he looks to lag it. I didn't really like that because he's going to leave a little bit of a cut on the 9. So really, Lukas here should be able to cut the 9, and he's not really looking at the 9 even, which is surprising. I would think he could kind of spin this ball. All right, so he's just going to elect to just kind of lock the cue ball up more. I don't think I could have kept myself from cutting at that ball just for the simple fact that I couldn't really sell nothing out because the 10, my cue ball would have come 2 rails around towards the 1. So nothing really went to Teddy's hole. Now Teddy's going to look to see if he can kind of keep the cue ball there, hit the 4. It looks like to be the 4-11 and try to kind of just nudge some balls and still keep the cue ball on that side. Now, whether or not he could see the full 4 is the question at hand. So I think right here, he's looking to maybe take an intentional foul here. He might try to come off. Okay, so he's just going to put some distance on the balls. Not terrible because of the fact that he kind of left the 12 a little straight. Now, if he was a little closer on the rail with the cue ball, that would have been the only better thing. I think he's going to try to maybe punch. He might have a little slight angle on the 12 if he does at all. But we'll see whether or not he's going to try to even shoot at this or not. Lukas is going to look to shoot the 1 and then try to keep the cue ball on the side rail. Got there. And he's going to have a good little 15-7 looks to be. And just kind of hold the cue ball right there, I would think. Okay, so now I like going 2 rails and trying to stay on the left side of the 12. Oh, he hits the ball first. He doesn't, so he's going to miss shape. A lack of taking time and making sure he gets through that ball, which cost him basically the first game, winning it fast, really. A little aggressive there with the kick. I do like Teddy to probably shoot the 10 into the 15, banking it towards his hole, maybe pushing the cue ball straight through. Depends on the angle that he's got for the 10 to the 15, whether it's to the top side or to the bottom side. Yeah, I was going to say if he can't do that, then that was going to be his next option right there. Problem with that is now he leaves a nice little cross bank for Lukas to make. Now let's try to see what will Lukas try to, there, yeah, he's going to kind of jack up and try to cinch it over so he can shoot the 3 next. A little too much English there. Now Teddy's going to shoot at this 10. He's going to try to spin the cue ball, if anything, to the backside of the 6. So I try to overcut it and maybe spin a lot. Oh, he didn't really focus on the make of the ball, though. Hit it a little too thin. Oh, let's see if Lukas will take his time to see where he's getting on the next ball. He did and he didn't. I think okay, he still has a shot. All right. Come back for the 3 and the 4 off the 2. Jack up, spin back a little bit. Okay, he's going for the other option. Playing for 1 here. And the first game goes to Lukas. Teddy's break. Lukas is up 1-0, going race to 3. Please like, share, subscribe. Railbirds TV. Really appreciate you guys watching and tuning in. And you guys will see a lot of cool videos if you want to come and check it out anytime. If you also get a chance, please come check out my YouTube channel that I just started at Tony Chohan. And you will get to see some more cool stuff. Hit a nice little break there. Got the cue ball through. Not the easiest of breaks to get out of, from what it looks like. I say that, but I mean, I guess he could just bank the looks to be this 4 ball and just follow the cue ball straight down. Okay, instead he came off the top. I didn't like that shot because of that right there. He knew he was going to end up hitting the 6, and he thought he was going to hit it fat enough to go straight across. Instead, now he's going to give Teddy a good little shot here to be able to kind of come back. So Teddy should kind of use like a low and a little bit of inside and just kind of pull simple. Don't have to hit it hard. See, he's I didn't like that. He didn't really give himself a chance to even make that ball kind of come out, because he should have been playing for the 12 there more than anything, or the 10. No, it was a 12. Yeah. So we'll see what happens here now. I like to shoot this with a little bit of low and a left and hit it kind of fat. He looks like he's going to shoot the 2-reeler. Not bad. Came close. Nice little come on. Very hot and heavy there. Now what? Okay, he's going to try cutting the 6. I think they're kind of using a little bit of poor judgment as far as the way they're running the balls right now. Maybe it's the early morning heebie-jeebies. But right now the brain is not working full throttle for the running of the balls. Kind of in a little pickle. He could probably kick at the 14 down here on the bottom rail if he wanted to. Just use a little bit of high, touch of left. Just make sure you kind of hit the 14 a little full. Even if you hit a little bit to the bottom rail first and then into the 14, at least the cue ball's still going to come into the 1 or the 2. And the good thing is the 4's in the way of the bank of the 6, so you're not really giving up much. I think he's kind of looking to see whether or not he can cross it. So he could cross it, but the problem is getting the cue ball to slip through is the only issue for him at the moment. He's looking to come off the ball. I don't really care for this. That's not really going to accomplish much because you don't have – and now Lukas can kind of see the 6. And so if I'm Lukas, I might shoot the 6 into the 10-15 and kind of draw my cue ball a little bit down. Just kind of pull it back straight into the back of the 4, possibly. Or he can just cross it over to his side of the table and just kind of cinch it. Yeah. A little heavy there. I didn't like that one because he's letting the cue ball run too much, and you know there's a lot of options there for Teddy then once if you do miss. I didn't really like that. Use a high with a touch of right and just kind of let it fall down so I get a cut on the 4, or he can shoot it with low and outside and play for the combo on the 3 and the 13. See which way he goes. Okay, so he went that way. Now I like to use a high and a touch of right-hand ball here, overcut the ball and use a little bit of speed. So that way you're going to keep the angle for the cue ball to come right into the 8. Cue ball comes into the 8, then you get to run the 2 and so on. Good thing about here is you get to use pace. See, he could only miss it by hitting it fat. He was trying to use too much English and he hit it a little too fat. The ball went to the bottom rail and kind of snugged up. And if he would have hit it too lightly, then the 4 would have gone, but the cue ball would have backed up. So it was one or the other. We'll see which way Lukas is going to go about trying to get back. Now, whether or not he can pull this cue ball back and hold it, I don't know. I think that's what he's kind of looking at right now. Might be able to hold for the 2, and maybe the 10-15 goes. I'm not sure. So now he's going to, he must not be able to make that ball, so he's going to go ahead and give the ball here. We got a ball count of, Teddy's got 5 balls and Lukas got 2. Hold on, 1, 2. No, Teddy's got 4 balls and Lukas got 2. This is a little touchy if he tries to go for the bank because the corner pocket up there is very big. Now you could just try to hit it a little fat and not try to make the ball, so you just kind of let the cue ball run through it. Or another shot would be maybe shooting the 13 off the bottom of the 3, make the 3 come kind of 2 rails, but make the 13 come 1 rail towards your hole. And you can kind of punch the cue ball a little bit. All right, so he's just going to elect to just kind of see big angle there. Big angle. I don't like going and moving none of these balls because you will give up something just like that. Now, and here's how big this shot is. If he makes this ball, he's going to get to run some balls right afterwards. So just using high ball with a little bit of right. Follow him, hit the 8 kind of square. There you go. Just focus on making the ball because now you're going to get to, ooh, just barely missed it. Now Lukas is going to get across, or he can draw it straight back and pull it back. Oh, he missed the bank though. That should cost him the game. We'll see how. But we know ball running's been a little suspect so far. like. Okay, yeah, he used the English and rails, so that was a good way to go about it. I might shoot the 10 here instead with a little bit of center outside. Let it follow to the rail and kind of spread out for the 5 next. Now he's going to shoot it the other way. Good shot. Held the cue ball. I like to hit it a little bit fuller with more English so it backs up a little more so it doesn't even come close to that ball. Teddy's playing for 2. Should be shooting the 5 ball and coming 2 rails back around. Or he's going to draw straight back out. All right. Playing for 1. And we got a 1-1 ball game. Let's see what. Now Lucas's break. 1-1. For those of you guys tuning in, Railbirds TV's been doing this for a while. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please, when you do subscribe, it's free. You don't put no credit card on file, nothing like that. Absolutely free, the easiest thing in the world, just hitting that little subscribe button. And then you get notifications for every time they're live, every time they have new matches that are up, and everything else. An all-around win-win for people that are pool connoisseurs in all aspects. Can't beat 450 free. There we go, Lukas with the break. Notice that a lot from their breaks, they're not getting a lot of push, so they're just kind of making sure they get the cue ball off the rack fast and more than anything. Now looking at this 14-2, 415 possibly could go. That's what Teddy's looking at now. So we'll see how, if it is or if it isn't. Not sure that he's looking at that ball or. Okay, he's just playing a little bit of a. I don't know if that would have been my first shot, but because here's the thing now, Lukas could shoot the 10-4 bank, 10-7 bank. I think I think it's semi if he can stop his cue ball, but I don't know if he can see a full enough amount of the ball. Must not be able to. He's gonna try to. I guess he's just looking to take an intentional foul in that spot. See which route he goes here. You're going to just try to thin it and just come and drop the cue ball right there back off into it. Now Lukas may kick at the back of this. Nope. Okay. Just move it away and put it back down. So Teddy will do the same thing and put it back down on the bottom rail again. Maybe even possibly trying to put it back on the 9. Depending on what the angle looks like for him to come off the 4. Let's see how Lukas is going to react to this. Okay, so he's just trying to bank it and put it back down towards his side of the pocket. Now, I kind of like banking the 6 a little tough into the 13 and the 9 and pushing balls and sending the cue ball kind of up table to the top left corner. So you can kind of switch everything around now this way. Or he can just bank it straight hard into the 5. But I kind of would rather get the push on the 13 and the 9 a little bit too. And maybe hitting the top side of the 13 and then maybe catching a little bit of the stack at the same time with the 6. See which way he goes about this. Definitely want to put some power into this to move. All right. And with the 9 there, little lag there. All right. Now he's looking to kind of see if he can come off of the ball there. He's looking to see if he can kind of come off of a ball, it looks like to be. But I'm not sure why he's not more or less looking to just try to make the 9 and kind of... I might try to make the 9 and let my cue ball run into the 2 here. Use high with a little bit of inside. Okay, so didn't hit it he could have put a little more force on the ball, I think, and he kind of missed that opportunity there. Not sure what Teddy's looking at right now, but if anything, he should be looking to just draw off the 9 with a heavy low and a little bit of right and just kind of drizzle over to maybe possibly cut the 13 in. Or he can just play for the bank on the 13, but I would like to maybe possibly get a little bit of... Let's see which way he's going to go. I think he's looking to see if he can go rail first. I think the 9's a little too deep to go rail first. I like to just hit it kind of heavy, and that was a good stroke, and he couldn't hit it no better, really, to tell you the truth there. Now this would be a very good spot to use high and a little bit of inside and try to clip the 15 ball. Hit the side of the 15 and then it's going to hit the 5 a little bit too. So it opens up the balls. Let's see if he can get that clip. High with a touch of right. It's all about the pace here. So he tried to come back to that side. I'm not sure why. Don't know if this ball banks. It doesn't seem to be one of the easier banks, so I don't know why he played for that side. Unless the angle just wasn't there and he felt like he couldn't get there. Good little shot coming off the next ball and just kind of sticking it back on the stack. No. Going to have to see kind of if you're going to have a little problem trying to get back on the other side of, or having to maybe possibly take a foul. He could barely maybe possibly come off the side of the 11 and leave the cue ball on the bottom rail. I think he's looking to see if he can kind of hit the 10 fat enough to kind of still draw his cue ball straight back, I think. I kind of like to just hit it. Yeah, that's the way I'd like to go about it, and just get to the rail. I think they're looking for a bridge for now. Just like that, bring the cue ball down. This little two-railer might get a little rub off the stack there. Now, this has got 5 balls kind of jammed up. I'm going to shoot the 2-railer on that 2-ball up table. Not the 2, but the 6 or the 4-ball up table, I think it is. Right there. He should be looking at that and playing 2 rails and kind of pushing the cue ball over a little bit. There's no definite threats for Lucas's hole, so why not push another ball towards your pocket? He's looking to go 2 rails with the 10 ball, which is going to make his cue ball be towards the right of the side of the table. I don't want my cue ball on that side. He's playing extra careful here, and even if he hits this ball kind of heavy, he doesn't means he has to. He's not necessarily going to have to get through the ball. I think he's missing the opportunity of being able to shoot that 2 rails, and kind of pushing the cue ball through. Because you could stack them up over those 5 balls that are on Lucas's side. Yeah, so I think he really needs to shoot really needs to probably look. Yeah, there you go. Taking yourself another chance and give yourself an opportunity to look at this ball a little better. Well, he's not going to shoot at it, I guess. He elected to play the safer shot for him. Now for Lucas, he's going to have to try to start moving some balls away from his side to kind of break open this hole, just like that. So you're going to use a little bit of high left, and then just kind of come back, hoping to not scratch. Balls are still kind of stacked up though, but 3-ball opened up for him, and Teddy doesn't have really a shot to shoot other than moving balls away. I like to shoot the 2-ball, just kind of bank it over to my side and use a little bit of spin to come back down to the bottom rail. So high with a touch of left. Hit it kind of fat, let the English take it. See, he didn't let the English work, so now he's going to give up a bank. He's not even really looking at this 15-ball bank, which is either it must have not gone or something. Now he's going to give Teddy a chance to possibly kick this ball towards his hole. If he can bank it, he would definitely bank it, but I think he can't see the bank. I believe he can. I like just kind of soft kicking and keeping the angle to push towards my hole. I could hit it with a little bit of high and hit the top side of it and let the cue ball kind of stay right there and then kind of go to the bottom. see which way he's going to go here. Yeah, that's the one thing he didn't want to do, but he did get a little lucky because it sat close enough to the rail, I believe. I like to make sure I come to the top side of that kick, not more than just the ball went. Here it didn't look like whether or not it would or not. I think Lukas will go for the two-railer again. And he'll just try to cinch the cue ball down a little bit. So a little bit of low right. Shoot the two in between the first and second diamond above the side pocket. Just kind of let the English take itself open. Instead, he's going to shoot the three-railer. Not bad. The shot here for me looks like to be stop the cue ball right where the 7 is and let it hit the 8, and hopefully it hits the 7, comes fat off the 8 and runs into the stack and just kind of stops there, and maybe possibly push the cue ball a little bit over towards this. Yeah, that's what he's looking at right now. Might get a little good push on these balls. If you can hit it a little fatter, you could hit the 8 into the 3, depending on the heaviness of how much of the 8 he can hit. Now from here, I don't think that it would hit the 3. I think it would overcut. But if the 7 goes towards the stack, then the 8 might carry the 3 a little. Not many options for him other than that, so let's see. Yeah, and that was a good enough shot because he's at least opened some balls towards his hole, and I don't think that Lukas can cut the 3 in. I'm almost sure of that. So now if I'm Lukas, I might bank the 15 into the 11 and run my cue ball into the side rail into the backside of the 2. Instead, see how he shot it? He made sure he was trying to hold it, so he missed the opportunity of hitting the 2 and moving it away. So instead, he gives up a shot now. I just focus on making the ball here. Now, if he was to just use, let's see if he's going to use low or if he's just going to use high. I like to use high and a little bit of right. Carry the ball, let the cue ball hit the 14 kind of square, then you have the 7 and the 5 combo to shoot next. See which way he looks at it. I think you're supposed to just use high right and just come straight into the 14. Instead, he's going to jack up. He's going to try to pull it back a little bit above the side pocket, looks like, yeah. See, now the problem with this is exactly what might possibly have happened there was getting hooked. Now, depending on the way the 7.5's aimed, whether it's to the top side of to his pocket or the bottom side, more than likely he's going to just shoot the 15 here. I like to use a high and a little bit of left. Come straight to the side rail and back over for the 7.5. Depending on the angle that he has. But I think that yeah, just like that. All right, now Can he cut it to move the 6 a little bit when he makes the 5? And then kind of play the cue ball. That's what he's looking at now. Ball count's 4-0. I mean, yep, good shot and played shade for the 3. Might have got a little too straight on the 3, but I think he's got a little bit of an angle actually. Like to use a little bit of high and a little bit of inside and come 2 rails above the 10. Or just use high and let it go force follow between. Let's see if, well, he's looking at the bank. I don't really like the bank. It's too close to the rail and you can't move the cue ball. I think he's supposed to, unless he's really straight on the 3, which I don't think he's that straight on the 3. I think he could still spin out of it. But whether or not he's willing to take a chance on powering, that's the other chance. Yeah, so he's not much of a guy of taking chances as we've seen from Teddy over the last couple of days. He's going to take his 1 and try to get out the way a little bit. I don't like banking this to my hole. Instead, I like to bank it up towards the 6. So I use low with a lot of left and just let the left kind of take the ball up table. Because if he goes for the bank and it doesn't go, well, you're going to leave a chance for your opponent to come back towards their hole. And the ball's being kind of open. There's at least 7 balls down there. You could give up 7 balls potentially. Yep, that's what I was worried about. So ball count 6-0. Now Lukas has a chance to get back in the game here. He could even possibly at least tie the ball count here. Looking to see what side he needs to get on this 10-7 to possibly make if it does go. If I'm Lukas, I should be worried about just making sure you get on the right side of each ball now. All right. Oh, it didn't go. See, that's a spot where you're supposed to run way more balls and you only run 1 ball, and now you're still in the same position you were once again. Teddy's in a little bit of a spot as far as having to try to make the 4. Doesn't really have a bank on the 6, it don't look like. Going to take a heck of a good kick, seeing that the 8's in the way of the straight kick. So we'll see which way he's going to go about this. Now if he can see the side of the 15, he might try to cut it into the ball. I don't think he can even see that. He's kind of lining up the 6 into the 10 bank. Yeah, I guess he's feeling. Oh, look at, hit it pretty good too. Wow, what a heck of a shot there. Playing for 1 now. Teddy might have just got himself a game changer there. This is like, honestly, even though that Lukas has a ball in front of his hole, this is kind of a shot where it's worth him taking this extra chance and just lagging the ball towards the hole if he wanted to. He already took 1 chance, so he might take another one. I like to take the bank and just kind of lag it to my hole. Just got to keep it close. Hit it good. Made it. So game 3 goes to Teddy Garrahan. Teddy's up 2-1 playing Lukas Fracasso-Verner. What a heck of a shot right here. Check this out. In a little bit of a pickle. Lines up the 6-14 combo bank to get out of it. Very good shot. Lined it up. Took a good couple seconds.
Sorry, for some reason my instant replay is broken, so I'll get that working soon.
We'll get you guys a glimpse of that soon. Again. All right. Teddy to break, and he's on the hill. 2-1. Oh, got a bad rub off the last ball. Scratched. Teddy owes one, and let's see where the balls lay. So Lukas is going to shoot the 2 into the side of the 5, looking to send those balls towards his pocket. And kind of just stopping the cue ball right there. Ooh, and got a really nice double kiss off of the 5 once it came down the 2. Double kissed the 5 and 2 shot right into that other ball and made it for him. What a heck of a roll there. I do believe he can cut this next ball in, so we're going to see. Hit it a little bit fat, but hit it not bad, making sure he took care of the cue ball there. Check this out.
I don't know what it is. For some reason, my replays are they're going back way farther than I set it, so I'll get that worked out.
All right. Well, he locked up Lukas here because I guess he couldn't really do nothing to make Lukas's ball. But he's kind of in a bad spot now, realistically, because it's going to probably get worse. Yeah, well, Lukas let him right out of it, actually. So he's going to get to come right off the 9 with the cue ball and just make the ball. He can even hit it a little bit fat and maybe come off the 2 and make the 10 also, if he wanted to. All right, that was a good shot. He's going to try to thin off the 9 and put him back into the stack. Does he have enough on the cue ball? Yes, he does. It's funny how when you scratch after the break, how the game turns around so much so quick. Kind of looks like Lukas broke more than it looks like Teddy had broke. Ball count 2. Lukas has 2 balls and Teddy owes a ball. But he's on the hill. So let's see. Taking an intentional scratch there. Now he's going to owe 2. So Lukas has got 2 balls and Teddy's -2, and he's going to take another. He's going to just come right back off of it, put him right back in the same kind of spot. Good shot. Now from Teddy, he's just going to kind of just push that ball up towards the pocket, just trying to worry about maybe, there you go, just kind of worrying on the cue ball, hoping the cue ball just sits right there. See which way Lukas goes about this ball. Okay, Lukas is just going to try to slide off and go up. Oh, okay. Not bad. good cue ball. Just played the cue ball there. I didn't know if he could see that much of the ball, but very good shot. Now Teddy can see this whole 10 ball. See, I mean, he's probably going to have to kick at this ball 2 rails to the backside again, hoping to hit it. I think you got to kind of focus on being able to hit this ball 2 rails, though, instead of taking that automatic foul more. Other option is he's looking to go up tail. No, okay. So he's going to do the 2 rail kick. It's coming in a little deep every time, but he did get the cue ball behind the ball, which is a good thing. But he does owe 3 balls now.
You know what I'm saying?
Here goes Lukas 3 rails to try to push back into the stack. Didn't get enough on it. Don't know if I would have done that so much. But I don't think it's going to hurt him either. He's looking right now possibly at a 15 ball bank. No. He could bank the 10. I don't think any of these other balls go, and I think that's what he's kind of looking to see. So maybe cinching it back a little bit, but I don't know if that'll help him either. I mean, if you're going to shoot it and you're trying to make it, I guess just focus on making the ball and drawing the cue ball straight down to the bottom rail is about, one way of looking at it. Because here's the difference. It's kind of like you're going for the shot, and if you're going, you want to get rewarded by being able to shoot the 2 ball bank next. And then you might possibly be able to run some balls from there too because of the 11 sitting where it's at on the bottom part of the stack. So I think more or less Teddy's supposed to just focus on making this bank and just drawing the cue ball straight back down. He undercut it. Really held it up, so no chance for it to go. Pace and everything like that, and might have put a little too much inside or shortened it up one way or another. All right, and Lukas didn't get rewarded with his breakout type shot. Looking to shoot okay. Had a bad shot there. Little aggressive, but controlled aggression, so it was okay. He should be playing the cue ball more than anything. Low with a touch of left-hand English, come to the bottom side rail below the 13, and then kind of draw off. I don't think he could get enough turn on that ball for it to pull back that much, but he did hit it good. Sometimes not always about making a ball, but sometimes just putting a ball over in placement areas of where you would rather it be and where it's not in a spot where your opponent can have it, where it's beneficial for them. Now that shot there wasn't one of the greatest ones. That kick couldn't have worked out too well because no ball was kind of a ball that you could kick at and stick. So you're going to get some kind of movement one way or the other. Not sure what he's looking at, Teddy. Looking up that way, but I like to bank at this ball with high and a touch of right-hand English, and make sure you just spin and hit the bottom of the 14, but it also depends on whether or not he thinks he can turn this ball back. Other shot would be just kind of banking the ball 2 rails and leaving the cue ball on the bottom part of there and just trying to move the balls away. I think he's looking to see if he can bank at this ball. If he could see the 14, I don't know why he's not really looking to like kind of bank the 14 and hold his cue ball to the bottom of the 3 and just kind of place the 14 over by his hole, but just hold the cue ball on the back side of the 3. So you don't have to bank the 14 into the 3 if you don't want to. A couple different ways you can go about this. Shoot 14 into the 11. You could shoot the 14 above the 3. You could shoot the 3. You could just bank. Yeah, so he didn't really catch neither of the balls that he was trying to catch there. Overall, though, I mean, he's just kind of playing the ball placement. Looks like Lukas. Lukas got a little fiery in him. He's looking to go. So he's been shooting at some stuff right now. Kind of one of those shots you just kind of focus on making the ball, so long as you're not trying to move the cue ball too much. Oh, okay. I like just using the high ball here and just coming across for the 2. That's out towards the center of the table. Or you could play for the 9 and the 10. I don't like to have to use too much of the inside, so I'd rather just use kind of a high ball, make it easier for me to make the ball. Okay, he likes to use the inside, so good spin, good contact. Didn't get exactly where he wanted because now he's got to kind of punch the cue ball through. That's what he's kind of looking at now. Yeah, he just didn't move the cue ball enough there in that spot. So he's kind of in a spot, though. Now he's going to kind of have to want to shoot, too, in a way. Let's see if he does or not. There he's going to shoot. Like to use some nice little center ball with some speed. Yep. Good shot. This might be a bigger cut than he wanted. Might be a little bigger of a cut than he wanted. See if he's willing to go, or if he's just going to kind of bank it up and then leave the cue ball there. Or will he try to bank the 11 away and leave the cue ball there? Well, it's just a preference of which route he wants to go at this point. He may cut at this ball. He's kind of looking to see where the balls kind of lay. The ball count looks to be Teddy 4 and Lukas 1.
Teddy still owes 3.
Oh, okay, that's why. All right, now that makes sense. Well, Now, since you said that he owes all those balls, well, that makes it even more sense of why not shoot for that shot. Didn't really get rewarded. He kind of got put on the 50-yard line for this crossbank on the 11, which I don't think. I think there's a double kiss there, but I think that's what he's kind of looking at now. Might not be such a bad spot to maybe shoot the 13 into the 11 and then kind of draw your cue ball up with all those balls kind of sitting, because you're going to spot 3 balls, so you're not really giving nothing up if you move the cue ball up table a little bit towards maybe the first diamond right below the side pocket. Just focus on, carrying the no ball banks. There's no lane up there or nothing like that, so. And that's what he's looking at now. So hopefully he does. I think now he kind of sees that. Okay. Guess he must have felt that that was a better shot there, but not sure why he didn't kind of just move the balls. He must have felt like he couldn't hold the cue ball good enough or whatnot. Might have worked out in his favor a little bit as far as where those balls ended up laying. Okay, so now he just looking to just come off that ball. So now he opened up some balls so that way if he does get a chance, he can bank at those. Now it's going to get a little bit bad for Teddy if he's not able to. A lot of these balls are kind of doubled up and stuff like that, so. That's what he's kind of looking at now. Let's see. An 11 ball brings problems there. He's looking to come off the 10, which I don't think that'd be a good move, so. I think he's seeing if he can come off the side of the 8 and maybe thin the 8 into the 5 and then let the cue ball kind of drizzle down by the pocket. So if you hit it kind of fat, maybe the ball just stays heavy and stays straight down. Other than that, it's either that or he's going to have to kind of fire the 15 into the 11 and push the cue ball through. Okay, so he's going to look. Okay. Problem with that shot is that right there, the cue ball was going to be a very good chance to do that. So he shot the cue ball off the 7, then runs into the 6, but not a bad. It didn't turn out horrible, but it could have been a lot worse. Now this ball kind of rolled back up. He didn't really get the where he wanted. Now he's going to be able to kick and stick this cue ball there. See if he shoots it that way or not. I like to use a low left ball. Make sure you don't get too far below the 6. Kid can just kind of stick the ball right there. And he's going slow at it. And he went real deep. That's how you give yourself an opportunity to scratch there. I didn't really like that. And you're still keeping the ball by the guy's hole, so I like to shoot it a little harder than that and not allow that option to even be there, really. Okay, Lukas is going to elect to take a foul in that spot, but foul's not the greatest time to take a foul there because he can just kind of push the cue ball straight through and bank the 11 up towards Lukas' side of the side pocket. Just control the cue ball to sit on the end rail. So you just hit it kind of full. Not sure what he's looking at right now. Why he's not. There you go. Just roll it. You don't have to shoot it hard. Yeah, just like that. Nothing wrong with that shot. Guess he was looking to see whether or not he was going to give up a 2-railer, more or less. But now Lukas is going to shoot this one with high and a little bit of right, just keeping the angle. And let's see if he gets a little. Nah, he hit it, cut it a little too much, but it's actually going to kind of help him because now he's pushing some balls off the rails and stuff and opening up his side of the table. Now, whether or not Teddy can see this full 6 is the only difference. Yeah. Now Lukas may be able to cross bank this ball.
Hey, buddy, what's the score? That's ball count.
Score in games is 2-1. That's what he was just asking him. And maybe they accidentally put it on the ball count where they're keeping it. But ball count in this match is 2-0. Two rails at the hole. Hit it sweet and hit it good. Nope. Just a little long. Now, will Teddy shoot at his hole here? I think right now that's kind of like what he's just looking to see as far as how he can come off the ball here to try to play the combo. I mean, trying to play the carom off the 10 after he makes it. Oh, let's speed-wise here. I use a little bit of a high right ball here and kind of carry and let it skip off the 14 a little bit. I think the angle's good for where he could get it to where he's at. He's more worried about keeping the cue ball there, so he's thinking about just banking this ball and leaving the cue ball there. It's not a terrible shot, but he does leave the 11 there. Now, not the easiest of shots, but see how Lukas goes about this. Now I may sometimes just kick at the back of this 15 on the top side just to roll it to the bottom rail so I block off the bank lane. So that way you can control the cue ball too that way. He may try to cross at this ball. I don't like that player there. Not bad to go that route because he got the cue ball to the backside of those balls. So it was a good shot there. Like to bank the 9 here and just kind of stick the cue ball below the 2. Because if you leave it to the other side, you're going to leave a bank for your opponent. Let's see which way he's going to go out this one. So he might go about this the wrong way, possibly. Okay, he could see that ball, so that was okay. Looked like he was going to have to come in off of the balls. Another good shot here that most people would pass on is banking the 2 into the bottom of the 14, which clips the 15 to carry, and you can push the cue ball through. See how he just kind of looked at that, but need to carry it a little bit more. Just a little bit wider so it could hit the bottom of the ball, and you would need a little more pace on the ball. Now, if I'm Teddy, I'm going to be happy that I haven't given up a ball for now, so I don't know if he wants to shoot at this ball or not. I wouldn't want to, not at this point. Just in case I miss it or it goes back towards my opponent's pocket. Ball count is 2-0 this game. Balls favor Lukas at the moment. And the game count is 2-1 Teddy Garrahan over Lukas so far. Nothing wrong with that. He was more or less trying to control the cue ball, but some things can go very wrong in that spot when he's just leaving a bunch of stacked balls for on his opponent's side of the table. So he's just going to use kind of a force follow and kind of try to. Yeah, he tried pushing the cue ball through, instead ran right into the 2. That all happened from the angle. So all these balls standing in front. Let's see if Lukas can run these balls now. Now he's going to play the combo on the 13 ball. Kind of just cinch the cue ball through. Now he's got to hope that the ball goes straight through so he gets a little more action. See, now that's what he didn't want to see, because now he's going to have to shoot the 6-14 into that ball. He's still able to make it, but it could have gotten worse where those balls were just stacked on top of each other. Okay, he's going to shoot the 11 into the 14. I like that. Also gives him a chance to play the cue ball. The problem with this is he kind of hit it a little too slow. So out of all that, you know, that's what I'm saying. You get all those balls. So the ball running and stuff is really hurting players. They don't really, you know, they should be taking extra time making sure they run the balls the right way, especially when you have all those balls in front of your hole. To get 2 out of, you know, 7 that are sitting right in front of your hole isn't very good. Critical errors in wrong times. If I'm Teddy, I'm not sure what Teddy's looking at right now. Is he going to make the 7 or the 6? Don't think, yeah, I didn't really like that. That looked like an uncharacteristic play from Teddy there. Guess now it's going to be a 9-11-7, if anything. Maybe the 6-7, but I like to go 9-11-7 here. All right. You got lucky to get over there that time too. All right, and back down. Okay, ball count is Lukas 6, Teddy 2, so Lukas playing for 2 here. Playing for 1 now. I think he doesn't realize he only needs 1 ball. All right, so we have a hill-hill match now. Hill match playing for 1 last game, and Lukas is breaking. Once again, I want to say thank you for watching Railbirds TV. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. It's so free. So why not hit subscribe and get notifications and understand when you are going to be able to watch all these nice matches that they come and bring you all the time. And if you get a chance, please check out my YouTube channel, Tony Chohan. Please like, share, and subscribe that also. Everything is free. There's nothing better than free, right? So go do it now. All right, here we go. Lukas with the break. Hill. All right, got the cue ball off of there. .584 looks pretty good to bank and kind of stop the cue ball right there too. The problem with this is depending on if he was able to kind of if he left the 10-13. I mean, if I was Lukas, I might push that and just leave the cue ball in there, and that's what he's kind of looking at now, I think. Or will. Nope. Lukas is looking to kick at the backside of this 4. Not a bad kick, not a bad move. Very close to the rail though, so I don't know if I really care for it that much. Yeah, now he's finally starting to look. Might not be such a bad idea if you just push it into there and just kind of leave the cue ball in there. It's hill, so you got to kind of be really snug on your decisions. All right, he's going to try to get on the inside of this ball. Nope. Instead, this is going to cost him some balls now. Now, does he try to play for the 3? No. He should be coming back and trying to play for the 7, if anything. And he's looking at coming out on top of the 3. But what about pulling off the rail and trying to get back for the 7 and maybe being able to swing into the stack after you make the 7? So we'll see which way he goes. Yeah, just like that. So now I kind of like to use a little bit of a high, low, inside, extreme, and come brush the 9. Brush the 9, and you're going to run the cue ball right into there, into the stack also. So you're going to come off the 9, and it's going to come off that other stripe ball that's right behind the 9, and then kind of sit right into the stack. You can put a little bit of speed into it. I don't like to see he just went straight into it with just a little bit. That extra oomph is where you get that push and that extra come into the stack and move that ball out the way. He could have hit it at a slower speed with a bunch of inside, which is maybe what he should have been doing. I like to just cross bank the 2 here if you're going to go for something. Yeah, what's wrong with this? I mean, if you're going to go and shoot something, you got to make sure you're going to be in the line, so we'll see. This is a very snug area where he's going to have to try to come. He kind of one-stroked and shot that ball. Got a little lucky, though. I like to go rail first and shoot the 11-ball bank and send the cue ball up table in this spot. Lukas just looking to cross that ball, but he didn't keep the cue ball. He didn't let the cue ball turn, so now Teddy gets a bank at this 2 and push the cue ball straight into that 12. You got to focus using like a high touch of right and just kind of pushing the cue ball straight through. Focus on your cue ball. Cue ball should come into that ball on the bottom side, so you're not going to really sell nothing out. Just don't cut it too much. I like to shoot head on with a little bit of high right and let the English take the ball. Oh, wow. Talk about playing extra careful now. Ball counts 2-0. That was a bad spot for him to do that because he does give up a bank to Lukas here. Hill. I had to use a low left ball here and let the ball carry. And oh, wow. These guys sure aren't even shooting at their hole. Either that or I'm thinking that they can see a ball that maybe they're not able to see, but I'm pretty sure they could see him. Let's see. A little bit of a bad spot for Teddy now. It's kind of the cost of him not going for that 2-ball bank, to tell you the truth, in my opinion. See how he's going to go about this. Not bad. There's only a couple good things out of this so far from this, and that's because a 3 doesn't bank, but also the fact that Lukas can't really sell out a bank with the 10 and the 2 cover. So the 10 and 2 are covered up, so they're not really going to. Oh, he's taking a foul. Not sure that I like the foul in this spot. Didn't have to do it. Yeah, I think he could have picked himself a little bit better of a spot right there. Two to -1, Teddy Garrahan on the ball count. Teddy has 2, Lukas owes 1. From Teddy, I'm not so sure I want to move this yet, just because it's blocking off a bank lane, but he elected to. Not bad. Lukas is kind of playing just a little slow one-pocket game right now. All right. Let's see, is he going to just try to cross it and send the cue ball up table? Yeah. Now, I like to shoot this ball if I may. I like to cut this ball at the bottom of the, hit it into the bottom of the 10 and the 2, use low left-hand English, come to the side rail, and back down. All right, so he's playing the safer route. Lukas trying to open that little cluster up a little bit. Missed opportunity here if he doesn't shoot at the kick. See, now, a lot of bad could have happened right there. As you see, he did hit the wrong side of the ball. Almost got a double kiss and sold out like he did the last game. Some of those little ticky shots are bad. Just soft kick at the back of the 2 here. So let's see. It's not bad. I like to bank the 5-3 rails here and pull the cue ball to the side. See, he's playing so much safe that he's kind of forgetting the offensive opportunities he has right now, especially knowing that there's no balls you can sell out to your opponent. So he's kind of dogging that fact of it. Not bad. Now you could send the 13 3 rails again. So it's not necessarily that you need to even make the ball. You're just doing it just to kind of see, like, you don't have to make the balls or whatnot. Now, if I'm Teddy, all he's got to do is kick behind the 2 and the 12. Now, once you kick behind there, he's got to start to push balls away. Now the 13's in a really good spot to kind of. He just wants to leave him up there. He doesn't want him to. I guess there's some shots that miss out of a lot of people's arsenals, and that's the kicking. You know, so like these little bit of kicks sometimes are super easy, and they're missing from these guys. See what he's about to do now. Looking to shoot the 9 off of the 10. Just gonna play bunt. Now he's got a really simple, easy kick behind the 2. Let's see if he'll not shoot it again. Good kick there. Well, Lukas just messed up that part of the game. Now Teddy might just shoot this with a bunch of outside, just come back down here and put that ball up by the top left pocket. Just play all cue ball here. Come long. Didn't hit it kind of hard enough. Speed-wise. See what Teddy's looking at here. He's gonna thin. Now, if I'm Lukas, I'm going to bank this 10 ball, 3 rails, and stick the cue ball right there. And I'm I'm looking to pinch it a little because I don't need to make it. I just want it to come down there and maybe hit one of those balls now. He's not looking at it though. Yeah, now he's looking a little bit. It's one of those ones you use a little bit of low and a little bit of left. Just cut it short though. Let the cue ball kind of stop right there. See, just like that. See, that's good. Now you're putting on a big threat. Now, he could have hit it a little bit harder than that. think it really just comes down to the shot selection sometimes for people. They're just not really using I guess I always look at a match and I'm always thinking about what I would do, and maybe I'm a different breed of animal, when it comes to certain shots. So I watch some of these guys, and these guys are great players, and I just feel like they should do something. They have the sense and the knowledge and the IQ that I just feel like they're supposed to do these certain things and know it, and sometimes I guess they just overlook it more. Good little ticky off. Nice. Teddy's moving pretty good. I mean, he's getting out of his little bit of traps that he's kind of allowed himself to get into, so he's able to get out of the way of trouble so far. Now, with all the balls kind of being stacked up on Lucas's side, other than the fact that the 1, 10, 2, 12 look like they're kind of wired, I may shoot the 5, 13 here and just kind of leave my cue ball there, possibly, but I don't think he can see it that side. So, okay. So now he's just going to kind of float this up, let the cue ball get down. So let's see what he's going to do now. So, I mean, Lucas's main goal here pretty much every time he's going to shoot, he's going to try to hide right behind that there every time now. Which is what he's supposed to do. He's protecting his hole, and he's protecting the balls that are by his hole. Bad part for Teddy is that, he doesn't have one ball that goes towards his pocket realistically yet. All right, Teddy's taking a little risk here and kicking at this ball. Not so sure I would want to do that, but okay. Not bad, good kick, and kept him down there. So now Lucas is either going to have to take a foul back or come running off of one of those balls and moving him open a little. Yep, Lucas is going to take a foul and go up table. So now we have a 1. Teddy's got 1 ball, and Lucas is -2. Yeah, I couldn't really tell right there as far as the rail part. So there's a good question. Graylin84 said, what's the best way to learn all the shots so other than watching one pocket matches, what's the best way to learn all these shots you're seeing that these players aren't, to be short? How do I learn how to play one pocket properly? Learning how to play one pocket properly is being in action, being competitive, playing. You do have to kind of watch, and you're going to have to kind of watch high-level one pocket, let's say, right? And it's all about how your mind works. Like, is your mind open to taking in information? How do you reciprocate the information? Like, do you, when you're watching people, do you think about, oh, okay, that's cool, I see why he shot it that way? Or, hey, did he miss a ball, and why did he miss the ball that way? Taking something good or bad away from every time somebody does something good or bad. I mean, it's kind of thinking about the best options and scenarios and angles, So things I see is, I'm not going to say that everybody sees things, but if I were to show it to somebody, they would see it right away. So the thing is trying to trick your mind to understand how to look and find those things. And that's the hard part. So to answer your question, that's kind of what I have to say about that for now. But you can learn, it's just a matter of, each and every person's different, right? If you're a doctor, I can't learn what you're doing that fast either, so it's kind of like, it's a process. It's a process for anybody, no matter what you do for a living. It's something that you do for a while and you become a kind of a master at what you do, So whatever it is that you do for a living, I'm sure that you're very good at what you do also. Finally got a ball coming towards his hole there, Teddy. At least he's got one close now. So after a lot of ticking and stuff, we have finally got a couple balls back in play down here. Okay, I like that. I like the fact that he tried to push some more balls back down by his hole. Problem for him is now that they're kind of stacking up and they're not really doing Lukas a favor yet. But at least he's putting some balls down there. If I'm Teddy here, I might try to bank the 5 and run my cue ball, kind of drawing it into the 13 to hold over there, seeing that nothing really goes towards Lukas's hole. So that's even more reason to play a little more aggressive now. And push balls towards your opponent's pocket. He could even shoot it with high and a little bit of right so he doesn't have to draw for the angle, and he can let the cue ball run into the side rail and back into the 13 to stop the cue ball. I wouldn't really want to mess with any balls over there on Lukas's side because you would end up allowing, and I don't want to get the cue ball back down here because I don't want to leave Lukas a chance to kind of push balls towards his hole. So that's another reason why I'm going to bank the 5, pass that other ball, and I'm going to let my cue ball come to the side rail and then run right into the back of the 13 to stop. And he's also looking at if he could bank the 11 into the 9. Like I said, I don't mind that, but if he accidentally hits 11 into the 9 on the top side and the 3 moves into those balls, instead he's just going to play the duck. I mean, it's not that there's anything wrong with that, but he, didn't do nothing crazy great, So, because here's the thing. Now, Lukas could make the 15 and leave the cue ball right there, so you didn't really do nothing. So maybe he's going to try to just make the ball up there, or is he going to try to just put him behind it? Aggressiveness would have paid off in this game for Teddy. But instead, now he's kind of having to do the slow grind now. Now Lukas is going to punch this cue ball 2 rails and try to take the ball out and maybe try to push a ball towards his hole. There you go, just like that. So see, as you can see, you know, it gets worse if you don't start doing some of the right things, more or less. Now's Teddy's chance to blast those balls out away from the hole and just kind of stop your cue ball. There you go. And he even got a little bit of luck with the fact that those other 3 balls kind of stayed tied up. Nothing wrong with what Lukas is doing. The only problem for Lukas is that he's leaving an easy way for Teddy to get, just to push the ball straight to the rail and get across. So my thing is okay, so now if you just watched what just happened right there, he finally banked at a ball towards his hole, and there's balls by Lukas's hole. So now Lukas can actually make a ball, and then he banked. So what he did was kind of, in my mind, is like, you know, here, you wouldn't bank at a ball where it was safe, but now you banked at a ball when balls are open where Lukas could run some balls. Lucky for him, Lukas missed that ball. So, thought process, that's what it comes down to. It's kind of like sometimes, you know, we all make brain farts, but sometimes the brain fart is caused by, why'd you do it now when you could have done it before in a safer spot? He was kind of looking to see if he could pull the 2 straight back down and draw the cue ball back off the rail a little bit, but it's going to be a little bit tougher of a shot. Now he's got another opportunity here. He could he could bank the 10 into the bottom side of the 15 or the top side of the 15, send the cue ball up there behind the 5 and the 13. Just play it controlled. You don't have to shoot it hard. And he scratched again. Hill game, and both of them 0-1. Now, I'd hate to open up those 3 balls that are tied up. Now, if you have to, you have to, but, you know, if you don't have to, you don't have to. I think as a good shot here for him would be kind of pushing the side of the 10 to the rail, to the long rail right above the 8, and let the cue ball kind of drizzle down. Okay, that's not terrible either. But Lukas can kind of bank the 4 and kind of leave the cue ball up table, so doesn't have to bank to make it, just kind of put the cue ball over there. Yep. Just like that. Now he's in a world of more trouble because that ball sitting where it's sitting leaves a bank for anywhere that the ball ends up sitting now. It's going to be a lot harder for Teddy to play safe now. Yeah, he can keep playing safe up table, but he's going to give up something eventually. Yep, Lucas is going to keep him down on it, behind that ball for sure now. If I'm Teddy, I would have shot the 2. Okay, that's not bad there. Now let's see what Lucas does here. Gonna try banking the 3 back over towards this side of the table. Just like that. Keeping a nice little bit of the cut on it. Okay. Now's your time to bank the 5. And draw your cue ball back behind those balls a little bit off the rail. He's going to have to start to pose some threat. Even if it means banking the 5 into the 9 and the 15 and the ball's on the spot. You know, it doesn't really mean you have to make the ball. You just got to put it in a position. Good shot. And he made it. He made it, but it might not be the best time to make it. He can thin off the 2 and put it back above if he wants to. The other shot I really see here at this point. Come off of this. Let's see how he does this. Okay. That's a pretty good shot. Not terrible. All right, so Teddy's going to be even now, and Lucas still owes 1, and we still got a hill-hill match. At least he finally gave himself an opportunity and a chance to win now, as he's pushing the ball back into play. And now Lucas will take him back up table again and keep him up there. So we'll see. Now Teddy's going to have to be careful about what he does or how he's going to go about this next shot. I think he's looking to see if he can kind of shoot that ball 2 rails out. Looking to see if he can go for the ball and maybe possibly run right into the 2, I think. If he can see the full ball, I would say just run it 2 rails and just let the cue ball go down to the bottom rail. If not, then you need to look about seeing something else to maybe possibly shoot at. All right, he's going to jack up, which if he doesn't watch where the cue ball go. Oh. He did get rewarded, though. Did get rewarded. He did get rewarded. Now, if I'm Lucas, I'm going to bank the 1 down towards my hole, but more or less I'm looking to bank and run into the 15 or this any of those balls and just kind of leave them down there. Put some speed on it, though. Get some movement out of those balls. There you go. Yeah, he's not getting much luck. That's why I like to bank it a little short instead of trying to bank it to make it. I like to just kind of come off the 14 and leave the cue ball below the 2 down here. Just kind of a heavy ball, just cross it a little bit and slow roll it. Don't want to leave it up there because I don't know if he can control the cue ball as much. Okay, that wasn't bad. I wouldn't know if he could come off the side of that too. But that's not bad at all there. Now Lukas is in a little bit of a spot. Lukas is in a little bit of a pickle now. I think he should be able to bank this 14, I think. See if he tries to punch bank this ball in. Or if he's just going to play the safe route. Coming off the ball. So ball count right now is Lukas owes 1 and Teddy is even right now. Now, I do believe that if he kicks at this ball, he can possibly make this 13. Now, whether or not he will, he's not really looking to kick at it yet. As you can hear, Lukas just saying this is the longest game in one pocket I've ever played. See what he's going to do here. Okay. Now, the fact that he's on the bottom side of this ball should make it easier for him to make this 13 now. I think you just run it straight with straight high and just overcut at the 15. It's going to automatically go no matter what. I don't think there's any way to miss this ball. And if I was him, I would be trying to run into something down here on the way back in. I think he kind of knows that too now. Yeah, see? All right, now hoping that, oh, the ball turned back instead of going towards those balls. Now if I'm Lukas, I'm going to try to cut the 11 into maybe the 10-5 and push that 6-8 and then let it kind of cross back over a little bit. Okay, instead he's going to shoot at the, this isn't bad maybe. Let's see, he possibly could make that ball. Okay. Good shot. Sometimes you just got to make this ball and then hope that you can figure out a way to do something to give yourself another opportunity. Focus on just making the ball for now. All right. Now this would be a good spot to bank the 11 3 rails and just kind of stop the cue ball right there. But he's got to remember he's got to spot a ball. So this is the part where memory and, you know, remembering what you get, what's going to come up and all that. I don't know about that shot. Yeah, I think Lukas only owed 1, so I'm not sure. But he's spotting 2. Okay, so he spotted 2. So the ball count is 1 for Lukas and Teddy 0. Teddy got out a little cheap there. Lukas got a little tired and he wanted to shoot harder. A little unlucky with the ball coming over there, but okay. Okay, he's going to bank at the 9 here. Which I don't really blame him because nothing really goes to Lukas's hole. Now, if I'm Lukas in this spot, I'm going to not try to bank this to make it, but push it. I'm going to overbank it maybe a little bit to try to open and push that 15-8-1. Or, yeah, 15-8-1, just to try to nudge those balls more than anything. He tried to make the ball instead. I mean, which is okay. I mean, you know, because he's going to get the 1. But I want that nudge. And then I could have let my cue ball come down and up more also that way. Okay. Looks like Teddy's thinking about going for this bank. Possibly. So now, since he gave that ball, we got Lukas with 2 balls and Teddy with 0. Let's see what Lukas is going to do here. Yeah. And he didn't realize how much overcutting that ball was going to shorten up right there. That was a big hole just because that ball was there too. Now, which way does he go about running these balls? We're trying to run any balls. Another shot if nobody's really looking at it, but the 615 might possibly go to Teddy's hole. And, you know, like if you shot the 2 into the 615, so that's another thing to kind of look at, you know, and people don't really look at that sometimes. I like him to get over to come in between 2 and the 14 here. If he can make the ball, but now he grudges it. Now, this is where the thinking process comes in. You must shoot into these balls. Don't try to make the ball, shoot into the ball. Oh, now he finally does it. See? Now we got a little bit of opening on those balls. Now Teddy's going to have to play. He needs to be trying to worry about trying to bank the 10 towards his hole, holding his cue ball that way. Maybe bank. You got to start sending balls towards your hole now. Any chance you can, or you got to get something down there to start posing a threat. Maybe overcut the 9. Let the cue ball kind of sit past the 2. Okay. Good shot there. Very good shot there by Teddy. He's got a couple balls, and he hit the cue ball, so all in all, great shot. Now, if Lukas can touch this 15, nope. If I'm him, I'm going to try to move that the 15 ball away from the hole by banking it like 3 rails out and just kind of stopping the cue ball. Or you kick 2 rails behind it. Either way, you just want to get that one, because that's the only ball that goes to Lukas's hole realistically, so why not take away the opposing threat? Either that or the other move is to bank the 9, 1 rail back to your hole and send the cue ball up table. I think he's looking at banking the 13 into the 15. I don't mind that either. No. Okay, he's just looking to hide him. All right. Not terrible, not great, but not terrible. I mean, it's great that he's hiding the cue ball, but not so sure. He's got a little bit of an unorthodox style of play too. Because right here, Lukas could just kind of run. Yeah, I was going to say, you can kind of just do something like that. Get a lot of little rubbing off and trying to just come back in and just kind of hiding the cue ball, more or less. Same thing. It's going to be a lot of ticking right now. Now, if I'm Teddy, I might just come off the 2 a little bit and just kind of skip back to the back of the 13 again. If he wants to. Oh, you can see that much of the ball. Yeah, way better shot. Didn't think you could see all of that. All right. Let's see. It's gonna be a lot of ticking right now. Now I think Teddy, or I mean, yeah, I think Teddy's gonna have to go ahead and try to bank this ball in this spot. So he's still just kind of leaving that ball sitting there, which I don't kind of understand that. Okay, good cue ball there. Very good cue ball there. Gonna go rail first, trying to touch the 1. Now let's see which way he's going to go about this. I do believe the 8-1 would go, so he's going to have to kind of break it up a little bit. Now, if I'm Lukas, I might just kick at the 8 here. So the problem with this is they're going to keep doing the same kind of thing, which is fine. But the minute you get a chance to kind of reverse and open some things up, you don't have to hit it super hard. You just got it. You're not going to foul because you're going to hit one of those balls no matter what, and you're not going to give up nothing. I think Teddy's going to have to go ahead and just bank at this ball at this point. Because he could bank it and kind of pull the cue ball over a little bit. Nothing really going to go to Lukas's hole anyways. He's banking at the wrong ball, in my opinion. But he got good with the cue ball. So he just kind of pushed the cue ball through. Let's see if I like the 11 off, banking it to the backside of the 5 and catching a little bit of the 5 and kind of punching the cue ball through. I also like to try to, you could possibly bank the 2 ball 2 rails and just hold the cue ball there also and bring another ball down table that way. Some options here. See if he tries to cinch this too. He did. He got a chance, and he might get a good little rub. Last thing in the world we want to see is a couple more balls tied up on the other side. If I'm Lukas, I mean, he might have a pocket for the 3 or no? No, possibly not. This is a good spot to. That was different. Okay, now, I mean, Teddy's got to bank at this 4 ball. I mean, it's straight bank. I mean, nothing can go wrong, so why not? You can hit this one with a decent stroke, too, if you want to. Because what's going to go wrong? Nothing. Focus on making the ball. Yep. That comes from hitting it a little light. It's going to be another kick and stick, probably. Okay, he shot it the other way. Can he cross this ball? Looks like he can. Crossed it, but it didn't pull down. Well, we got a little bit of movement on some of the balls on Lukas's side finally. Not much, but a little bit. Trying to stack them up again. Worked out in Lukas's favor there. It's a good little shot there. So he's going to go rail first here, catch the right side of the 10, just try to push it over. Could have hit it a little harder, but one thing for sure we know, we don't expect, I mean, Teddy's kind of got in a spot where he can kind of shoot at this ball because he can just kind of pocket speed it. Now, whether or not he will shoot at it, that's going to be the difference. We could use a high right ball here and just kind of carry it. Good shot. He might be able to run a few balls here now. See if he can. He can shoot the 5 ball for sure. Didn't really care for, I mean, at least Lukas is opening some balls in his pocket. Let's go back to Teddy's option real quick on that last 5 ball. I'd like to see that. Well, after this next shot, let's see if we can get a little replay of that, possibly. He's kind of got a wall. Lukas kind of got a wall back there. Not terrible. I like shooting this 14 ball bank and then drawing my cue ball from the side rail to play 2 rails underneath back to the same position of where Lukas was just at. So now I just use the angle to play my cue ball more than I care about how I shoot the 14 to bank back towards my hole. But I'm more worried about the cue ball more than anything. Now I think he can shoot the 2 ball bank back towards his hole. Now let's see if he does or not. Nope. Balls are all lined up for Lukas' hole, but hasn't really moved the ball over there. See, I mean, with all the balls sitting there kind of on Lukas' side, let's see if Lukas would go for the 2 ball here. Can't see why he kind of wouldn't here in this spot. Well, Teddy will have to shoot at his hole now. He's going to focus on using center ball here and kind of jacked up. Good shot. It's Teddy. One thing I've seen about him, he's a really straight shooter. Now let's see if he tries to play a little bit where he tries to run into some balls or get to the backside of one of these balls. Like if I'm him, I'm going to try to shoot the 14 and carry into the 13 possibly. Or you shoot the 2 or the 4 or the 4 over here, and then you just kind of pull back for the 14. I'm trying to, you got to try to make a move to try to run some balls here. I mean, there's the options there to try to break into some balls. Just got to be on a really good shot. Let's see what he does here, though. Now, will he try to play shape for one of the balls over there or not? That is the question. Or will he just try to make his ball for him? He could try to pound and get over there, but I mean, I don't know if he's going to or not. Nope. Got a 4-1 ball count. Not sure what's taking him so long to figure out what he's going to do here. Or he's trying to figure out what spot to put him in. Four to 2 ball count. If the 9-10's a little bit off, but I think from where he's at it, if he wanted to shoot, I mean, I know he's not going to, but the option would be there. Now he's going to try to kick behind those balls. Now if it jumps up a little, now Lukas should be able to cross bank this ball. Lukas should be able to cross bank this ball. He doesn't even really think about it. I'm not good. Okay, I guess he wanted to spot a ball instead. Maybe it's deeper than what I thought, but I definitely would have gave it a wing or a chance, because all those balls being by your hole, if you make one of those, you got a chance to run out behind it. And Teddy's just going to kind of go use a straight high ball and just kind of force follow to the end rail and back to the same spot. Yep. Just like that. Now he's got him in. Now, if he doesn't bank at this ball now, I'm just going to question his decisions in life as far as playing one pocket. Okay, he's just going to thin off of it. He doesn't want to shoot. I guess he must not be able to see the ball or something. He didn't hit a rail there either. All right. He's going to try to just cross this 3 and just kind of run the cue ball up? No. No, why would he do that? Now Teddy will just soft roll kick probably at this ball's back here, I believe. Just looking to see. Two to two ball count and Hill game. Let's kind of see what's going to happen here now. Yeah, I believe Lukas has 0 balls. I believe it's Teddy's got 2, I think. See if he tries to cross in this ball or if he's just going to play all cue ball. All cue ball. This isn't bad though right here. But he can come off the bottom of the 6 here and just kind of slide underneath. Or not. I think he might have gave up the 15 here. Looks like he might be able to make the 15. Or not. Well, don't even look at this. Now the 8 has to go here, I would think. I think even if he hit the ball, it would still go. It's just a matter of what kind of English he uses. Looks like the ball count is Lukas 1-0, but I'm not so sure that they're keeping up with their ball count right. So maybe it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, that can't be right either because there has to be more balls on the table. Yeah. All right, so let's just say the ball count is 2-1 at the moment. Regardless, Lukas has got all the balls in the world in front of his hole. All he's got to do is just play pluck. Play the right angles. Focus on just making the balls. Like here I'm going to shoot the 12 and just pull my cue ball to the side for the 6 next. I'm not going to try to get down. I'm not going to worry about whether or not I try to sell out. But if I don't put the good stroke on the ball, I mean, you can get to the other side of the 6, but then you got to use a little more punch and you put the corner pocket in play a little more. So I don't want to be nowhere near scratching or anything else like that. Low with a touch of left. Stroke through the ball. Hit it full. There you go. All right, he got through the ball. He didn't kind of draw it, so he actually felt comfortable going a little bit forward. All right, just punch out, get those next 3. So we played an hour-and-a-half long game just for this to come up finally. Crazy things about one puck. Now he's going to have to play the 9 because he played bad shape. I think he needs 3. Just get on the 1 and then let the rest figure it out. all right. You can play the 1, then play for the bank if you need to. Playing for 1 ball here. He tightened it up a little too much there. So he did that to try to open up the balls a little bit there. Lukas needs 1 ball. It's official. Hill, he needs 1 ball. Missed his bank for the win, so let's see if Teddy can try to make himself a little comeback or not. Teddy might he's playing the cue ball there, Teddy. Good little shot. Could try to spin bank this ball in, or you could try to bank the 10. Yeah, just hit it hard and overcut it. Make sure you don't hit it fat, just overcut it if anything. Yeah, just like that. Kind of got unlucky with the Teddy there. Did get lucky as far as where the ball landed, though. Now, if I'm Teddy, you should be banking the 11 here. 1 rail. He's going to probably try to spin bank here. Spun it a little too much. I mean, he needs all the balls, so he's kind of got to put some balls in play. So he really needs to think about the way he's going to shoot. I mean, yeah, you can keep grinding, but sometimes you need to start moving some balls down this way. This is what kind of got him in the problem in the first place. It's why he's down in 7-2 ball count when he was up 4-0 or -1 at one point in the game. That's why I say sometimes not always using that, that real careful style of one pocket doesn't always pay off. Well, in this case, right when I say that, it bites me. Lukas does an unnecessary scratch there. Get a little spot shot, come around. I guess now he's going to have to play for the bank. Oh, nice low. He'll just try to bunt this ball over to his side of the table. Okay. I kind of like using a little low left ball here and kind of carrying the ball with like a kick bank towards my hole. Not hard, just kind of a slow so that the grip will grab. Here, I mean, that's not what he's going to do, obviously, but that's just kind of something I would have liked to do. A lot of bunting now. Going back and forth, and Teddy's going to keep the distance on him now. Lucas is in a spot where he could possibly lose this match from here now. All from missing a bank or missing his out, really. A little long, but did sit there, and he got the hook. So the hook is humongous in this spot. I would definitely probably bank the 2 and just kind of stick the cue ball there and bring another ball down here by the... It'd be a good spot to... You got a ball hanging in the hole, so why not bring another one back down into play? He didn't get the hook so much, though. But this ball will stay on top, so that's... But now he can kind of shoot this ball into the balls, so maybe he might get lucky. I don't know. We'll see. I'm lucky to be able to make that ball, for sure. Lucas might be able to bank this 5 and kind of hold the cue ball over there is what he's looking at. Little risky. Now if this ball don't go, it didn't. Wow. Well, he can shoot the 7 and then the 2 also. Not sure what he's thinking about or looking at this point. All right, so it looks like we'll be playing for 1 ball both ways. Look to try to get the hook on it too. Getting a little greedy there. All right, he's going to have to bank at this ball, I would think. A little bit of a center left English. Hit it kind of full and let the English take the ball back. No speed on the ball. He may be able to try to bank this ball over, possibly. Oh, he hit it kind of really bad. This is going to give Teddy a chance to bank it, cross bank it back over. No. Good placement for the ball here. Let's see how he. I like to send the 3 ball back up by my corner pocket. So you want to hit it kind of short with just a little high ball. Hit it kind of full there, so just like that. Now if I'm Lukas, I'm going to play at 4 rails to bring it down to the bottom rail here. So you want to shorten it up a little bit, hit it a little hard. Oh, instead he's just going to cross it over. Lucas might be able to pull this ball. We'll see. Taking off a long time to just do it, you know. Kind of got to know what you're supposed to do in this spot. I mean, he's got the idea that what he wants to do. He's kind of overthinking it a little bit. Instead, he's going to end up making the ball. See, you think long, you think wrong, and that's honestly that's what happens. Then you got Lukas doing this. Well, it's Hill shooting a spot shot for your money. Let's see what you're going to do, Lukas. All right. So Fracasso-Verner wins. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe to Railbirds TV. And we'll be coming back with another match here soon with Naoki Oi and Brandon Schuff. Be back in about 5 minutes. Appreciate y'all watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Yep. See you over there at the other match, guys.